Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Shintaro Higashi Show with Peter Yu. Today, I want to give a little bit of an update about how the dojo reopening has been going.
Right. So the coronavirus situation is getting a lot better in New York with
Yeah, the C
vaccination rolling
word.
out. I know.
Yeah.
And so you were able to open up the dojo again.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
we're kind of allowed to, and they're raising max capacity.
Mm-hmm.
And Cuomo did say that, after May 19th, that you could go to 100% capacity,
Oh,
given
nice.
that people are fully vaccinated.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm not the type of person to be like, you need to bring in your vaccination card. You have to have it or you can't be here because I don't really like that kind of an idea. It's
Right.
strongly suggested, right?
Right. Right.
And, it's so nice the inquiries rolling in, people coming back because they feel comfortable being around other people.
Right.
And I think people, as soon as they get the shots, they feel like, oh, man, it's over for me. The pandemic is over for me. So now they're ready to come back to judo, which feels
Right.
great.
Right.
And I love welcoming those guys back.
Nice. Nice. So let's kind of roll back and see how it was before. Like, so it had to be completely shut down, but then
Yeah, there was
you
a huge,
saw
like a full-blown shutdown situation for a while.
right.
Right. And even then, we were kind of doing these sort of underground workouts, I guess, just me and a pod of people. And it wasn't even like, oh, like I'm running a business. It was like, hey, guys, come work out with me.
Right,
That
right.
kind of a thing. Right.
Right.
At your own risk. Right. And then we were allowed to do one-to-one sports instruction. So I was doing mostly private lessons. And
right.
that was good, and I'm very grateful for those people who helped keep the dojo afloat during that time. And everybody who
Right.
gave to the GoFundMe, thank you so much. Thank you
Right.
so much. I'm like forever indebted. And there's
Yeah.
so many people, it's like I can't even remember who gave. It's
Yeah.
crazy. And man,
You
what
got
a
on
humbling
TV and
experience.
everything.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
on Fox 5 News. That was
Yeah.
pretty cool. Because the GoFundMe raised like $30,000 or something like that, like
Yeah.
the first day.
Yeah.
So the people were like, "Oh my God, what is going on here?" And all these TV news stations came and wanted to call and do these interviews and stuff. And I took one, and I was like, "Yeah, I'll do one." 'Cause I didn't want to just spend the whole week just
doing a media round.
yeah, doing a meeting around. And it was nice, man. I got to talk to a reporter and just talk to him about like how they run things and gave me the idea for recording many sessions at once. So you have what's called evergreens, which you could just plug in at any time, and then you have these time-specific ones. Right, that's relevant to now. So this dojo update, it's May 8th, right? We'll release it in the next couple of days. Like it's not going to be relevant, a year from now when the pandemic maybe doesn't exist anymore, right? But if we sit here and talk about gripping, that's going to be timeless for a little while. That's an evergreen.
Oh, interesting. That's
Yeah,
okay.
so like I was asking questions like that and asking him about the industry, and I was blown away by this guy. He was the reporter was so good. And he's like talking to me, hanging out, doing his thing. Like, hey guys, welcome back to the so and so Fox 5 News, this and that. And he was able to turn it on. Higashi puts the hand sanitizers out. And it was like super over the top.
Right.
So I was sitting there, I was like, how is this even gonna look? It sounds ridiculous. But then I watched it on TV, and then I was like, wow, that sounds actually how everybody else sounds like on TV.
Well, I guess it's like when you act on stage, like the theater, you have to like apparently exaggerate everything.
Over enunciate.
Yeah, right? Yeah. I guess it's one of those deals. So that's why you mentioned, because a little bit of background for you, for the audience. We recently switched around how we record things, and then we started doing that thing, evergreen and current events. Yeah. So,
that's going to be sort of the new idea going forward, right? Just because, these things take time to record.
Right.
I do love seeing you every week on a Friday. We try to record on a Friday morning.
Right.
But sometimes it's like you do one recording and then it's 1 hour and then we have a scheduling conflict.
Right.
Peter needs to go get vaccinated or something, right? And he can't make it, or...
Exactly.
All right, so that's why, yeah.
Yeah. Well, we digressed a little, but yeah, there's a fun little tidbit. So now you were mostly relying on private lessons. I knew you could also do like a individual workouts or something. Like a small group
one-to-one sports instruction was okay before.
Yeah,
during this whole time almost. So I was doing mostly that, and I told you I had that pod. So I would do a couple sessions, couple privates, like during like late evening, early evening or something like that. And then I would have 5 or 6 guys coming just to work out with me.
Right.
And that was nice too. Because it's, it was the people who really wanted to learn, and they were kind of like hounding me, like, hey, I want to come.
Right,
Can I work out with you? Can we do something? And, I kind of needed it too for my own, mental health too, right? I love grappling. So it was really nice. And then I could kind of teach stuff that I really wanted to teach. Not that I don't teach stuff now, but, I teach mostly with safety in mind and the people in the room and what the needs of the room are. Right. As opposed to this was like, you know what? I'm trying to figure out Tomonage. I'm going to film a video series on mastering Tomonage. So it's like, all right, I got to get really, really good at all the different entries and the different positions and the different variations of Tomonage. So let's figure this out. Let me teach it to you guys before I teach it to the whole world on this video series, which you can get at judofanatics.com. Right? So that was kind of nice. And normally I wouldn't be able to teach Tomonage to a group that's mixed because, you get a white belt that goes for Tomonage and the other guy falls on their head or falls on their shoulder. And it's very difficult to teach 35 diversified skill levels in the room, right? Tomonage. Right. So, and I'm sure it's been done somewhere, but I just don't feel comfortable with it. So I was able to teach something like that, So that was nice.
Nice, yeah. My brother Shoto, he got vaccinated.
Yeah, he's been coming.
On. Yeah,
he's been coming. Yeah, nice. He's great. Yeah.
So I guess also it's like a dedicated group of people, so they're more motivated to learn and stuff, I guess.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And now people are rolling back, right? So I did kind of a soft opening because they raised capacity and they said if you're vaccinated, you didn't have to be socially distant. We still wear masks and stuff, and I know people have their opinions about that.
Yeah.
But I'm just trying to do the right thing in terms of like, I would hate, whatever my political views are, right?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna openly tell you how I feel about every political thing and getting a crazy thing. But like the risk is real where the inspectors come and they walk in, and if no one's wearing a mask, they're going to fine you.
Yeah.
And let me tell you something. I don't want to get fined.
Right.
Right. And yes, this altruistic thing of like protect others and protect this. And yeah, I get that too. But if I'm running a business and you get too many fines and then you can't pay those fines, your business is going to go under. So that's, one of the driving factors too. There's multiple factors, right?
Right.
Like I said, I don't want to get too political. I know where Peter stands on a lot of issues too. And I always like to tell people I'm in the middle. Always in the middle. Because, Dojo is not a place for me to rant about politics.
Right.
So, goddamn tax this time. Right? Anyway, so we're doing that. And then we did sort of this soft opening, and I was overwhelmed by the number of people who wanted to come.
Nice.
Yeah, and it was almost even word of mouth. Like I, didn't even send out a blast email or anything because I knew if I sent out a blast email, everyone wanted to come back. I wouldn't be able to handle the volume.
Right.
So I opened it up for adult judo, not kids judo, right? Because kids judo, kids are vaccinated, and it's not defensible.
Right.
So if I play a little fast and loose, there's many kids in there. One kid gets corona, one kid's mask coming off, and then it's not defensible at all.
Right.
But with adults, it's like, vaccines are strongly suggested.
Right.
People are coming at their own will. You guys know the risks, right? This is a thing that's ongoing for a very long time. Sign the waiver, wear the masks, do everything we can to keep everyone safe. You got it. You need the risk.
Right.
Kids, I can't really do that. So I'm pushing off the kids program. I don't know when I'm going to open it yet. I'm still doing privates with the kids.
Mm-hmm. Right? There's tough. Right. Yeah.
And so for the adults, it's like, okay, guys, start coming back. Word of mouth, boom, boom, boom. Full room already.
So that was when did you do the soft opening?
Like a week and a half ago.
Oh, it's very recent.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, even before that, we kind of had sort of this. I told you, like the little pod. Training pod, and one at a time I was kind of inviting back people, and not even inviting back, more so people would ask to come, and I would say, yes, no, maybe.
I see.
Right? Yes, no, maybe.
Depending on the that's particular situation, then
depending on the matchups of the room, really. Not whether I like the person or not. It's like, does this person have a person to train within the room?
Right.
Will this person be a value add to the room? Right, and I really wanted to keep that small pod, especially in the springtime, right? Because we're not really allowed to do it.
Right.
So it was really for me to have bodies to work out with. I wanted a righty in the room and a lefty in the room. Someone, I want someone I could just kind of hang out with too, because that's my social outlet now.
Right.
I'm not going out and having beers.
Yeah, man. Well, okay.
Yeah.
I guess it's slowly coming back.
You would have definitely have been invited, Peter. I would have hounded you.
Yeah, thank you.
Your doctor wife would have been like, no, absolutely not. And I would have hounded you and hounded you.
Well, yeah, I would have figured out a way. I would have shown. I mean, like I told you, I showed up a couple of.
Honey, I'm going to the library.
And why are you all scratched up on your face and like sweaty?
Honey, I have a school project Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 7 p.m. to 9 p.m.
Yeah,
I have to bring my gi though. I don't know.
Exactly. It's about the mechanics of judo. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. So it's So how is the practice like now? Like, are you doing the usual Monday, Wednesday, Friday nights, or are you not?
Yeah, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 7 to 8, beginner, intermediate, 8 to 9, beginners go home.
Oh, so
right? And then
back to normal. Yeah.
And 8 to 9's all live.
Nice.
Right.
Nice.
So 7 to 8, mostly drills, mostly skills, technique, context, instruction. And I always say, I like to keep instruction on the 3 minutes, 3 minutes. So it's like you get 5 minutes of instruction essentially max, and then you get time to drill it. And then I give individualized feedback walking around the room. We do nagekomi. We do stuff like that. Nice. And then we do a little live newaza at the end because people want that live. And then we have a little conditioning segment, maybe like 2 or 3 minutes at the end where you go really, really fast and hard.
Nice,
right?
nice.
Whether it's like burpees or something.
Right.
The randori side is good. We have a nice crop of white belts. I'm like, it's more skewed toward the beginner.
Right now? Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I'm surprised at how many people brand new are coming through the door.
Oh.
Yeah, yesterday we had 8 white belts on the mat.
Really? They're all new?
All brand new. I'm at a point where I'm like, man, maybe I shouldn't take in new white belts.
Oh.
Because I want to give the opportunity for the old students to come back.
Right,
and they're coming back little by little. And I'm actually surprised a lot of my brown and black belts haven't been back yet. Not that I reached out to them. I try not to like cross that boundary too much.
Right.
Unless I do have a real relationship. And people sometimes take the offense to that. They're like, how come Sensei never reaches out to me? But, they do, but it's like I try not to like blur those boundaries.
Right.
People have a home. People have a wife. They shouldn't feel pressured by me to like, why aren't you in practice? Like they shouldn't feel that.
Right.
So I try not to cross that boundary. And then sometimes I'll be like, man, I really miss that guy Oleg, come back to judo. We miss you, man.
Oleg,
yeah, he hasn't been back yet.
All right.
So like he's a killer. He's an amazing Sasai guy.
Right.
So tall, lanky.
So hard to play.
Crazy. Completely different style. Doesn't follow any of my rules. The rules like judo contextual rules, like the judo system. He like completely invented his own system.
Yeah.
He doesn't go out and grip. He'll just put his hands on wherever he can and he'll whip you around and throw you Sasai.
Yeah.
Trickiest guy. You know what I mean? It's like there's nobody like him. So I want him in the room. I really want him in the room.
I see.
So a lot of white belts, they're tough. They're hungry. I don't know what's going on. They sat around for a year hoping to do judo or something, and they're watching YouTube videos. A lot of these guys watch my videos. A lot of these guys listen to my podcast. It's crazy.
Wow. So is that how they found out about judo? Like what are their stories? How did they decide to join right now?
I mean, a lot of them, we had a guy that's like, hey, man, I listened to your podcast. I listened to your thing about the dojo etiquette. That's why I'm here, right? Is this, do I bow, am I bowing properly? And I'm like, wow, this guy really.
Oh, wow. Well, that's good.
Saying.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like blown away by that, And there's another guy's like, I've been watching your YouTube video for years. And I was like, here's a Sotogari, here's a Uchigari. He's like, you said that in the 5 basic judo videos. I'm like, yeah, that's a video that I made, And that's kind of cool.
That's nice. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah.
So, I think all this online presence stuff is starting to pay off, I guess.
Yeah.
People are finding me and it's easier to find. And, I think when people look for judo in the New York region, they're like, I think I've seen that guy somewhere before. And they make that connection. It's a lot easier to walk through the door because there's just a level of familiarity there.
Right. Wow. Nice.
Yeah.
So,
these crop of white belts are tough too.
Yeah.
They're pretty tough. So
they're sticking around and then doing all
I think, they're sticking around and they're like, asking to be in the next class for the live rounds. They're all asking, hey, can we stay? Hey, can we stay? Can I do some newaza? And I'm kind of like, I don't know, man. Like you might get injured, the risk is high. Like these guys want to kind of go hard. No, it's okay. I want to go. And I'm like, all right, at your own risk. Tachiwaza is like absolutely off the table, right? Like, no, you cannot do stand up. Like, no way. PETA will break your leg. Who knows, right? But like, no, it's great to be back in the room. It's great to be teaching a full room.
Right.
right?
Dude,
It feels good. Yeah.
I gotta pay you guys a visit, man.
You gotta come by, man.
But I think
royalty.
I think we talked about this before, but I think I have to do my own training here.
Yeah.
Because I have a target on my back now. So
Definitely.
yeah, people will be. So I have to Michigan had another surge, so I'm just waiting. I mean, I know I'm fully vaccinated now, but I'm kind of waiting until everything it's back to the level I'm more comfortable with. So hopefully I'll get back to it and then get my raw
You know
stuff.
who's back in the room?
Who?
Oshima's brother,
David,
Daniel.
the older brother.
No, Mike is the oldest.
Oh, Mike is oldest. Oh, I thought. Oh,
Yeah. So like that's another huge value add in the room.
He moved to New York. He
moved to New York,
Boston, or something.
Yeah, he moved to New York. He was in San Francisco. He moved to New York. Now we have a new black belt in the room, and that's amazing because he's also on the slightly lighter side.
Right. Oh,
so he
amazing.
Can work out with he can work out with Heian, who's like he's throwing down. You know, some of our black belts who've come back, man, they are really going at it, going hard.
Nice.
We just need more brown and black belts back in the room so they could kind of like feed off each other and build rivalries and make each other better. You know, that's what really it's all about. You know, and the white belts are nice. I appreciate them.
Yeah.
But it's different.
Right.
Right. The 8 to 9 p.m. we just spend the whole hour just doing live. Like that's where it's at. You know how it is.
Yeah.
And when that's light and when then there's gaps and it's like 30 minutes in and it's like mat 3 and 4 are open.
Yeah.
It's like, come on, guys.
Right.
Come on. We need you back. The brown and black belts, get in here.
Yeah, well, hopefully now the word's out, so people will come back.
Yeah. We had a guy reach out to me too. He's like, "Hey, I did judo in Canada. You know,
amazing.
I saw you online or whatever. I'm gonna come by." He goes, "Hey, do you have anybody competitive for me to work out with?" And I was like, "I don't know. How good are you?"
Dang.
He's lightweight. He competed as a junior, so it's like, yeah. You know, I could definitely work out with that guy.
Yeah,
no problem, right? So I'll work out because I don't like throwing my weight around against lightweights.
Right.
So he could come in. There's a lot of lightweights for now. We have Daniel, we have Heian, Drew's back.
Oh yeah, Drew told me.
So we do have black belts in the room.
Yeah,
which is good, but we're still missing a lot of them.
So I guess you gotta build back. You gotta invite back your black belts again. You need your new enforcers and whatnot.
Yeah, we don't really have any enforcers right now. That's the thing, right?
Yeah.
Like if you look back in time, it's like we had Terrazzo, we had Gerlitz, we had you.
Yeah.
You know, and there was always sort of this pipeline. Whenever someone new comes into the room, it's like, okay, let's see where you are. And then I could see them working out and be like, okay, you're here, level here.
Right.
Let's have you work out and do randori with this person. Granted that they're capable of doing randori. Right. And then, okay, how well they do there. Okay, so you know what? You could go with this person now. And then they take that person down, pick them apart. Okay, so let's see. Now we can sort of go up the pipeline of like how many people can they take out in the room. And, you know, I don't try to get too competitive with anybody anymore. I used to be like really competitive about like really meaningless stuff.
Right.
Like beer pong. I flip it there like, yeah. But like now it's like I don't really, but you know, you always want your top black belt to represent your school well.
Right.
You know? And that's sort of the enforcer role.
Right. So
you know?
we get there.
And with the beauty of judo and BJJ integration, because we have a lot of BJJ guys in the room.
Nice.
Even if there's a stand-up monster where the judo guy is a freak and they're unbelievable on their feet, we always have an unbelievable Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu guy in the room too.
Right. They can hold it down and on the ground. Yeah.
Right now we have this guy Joe. He's a brown belt, but he's a very good brown belt. It's like
BJJ brown belt.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
He's a judo green belt. He's great. He's really funny. He's in New York to be a comedian. So like he's kind of a Newaza enforcer. Like he's already sort of, you know, inadvertently taken on that role.
Nice.
You know? And even like this week we had probably like 5 or 6 BJJ guys who are first time judo people coming in. They're like, yeah, I do BJJ.
Nice.
Like, great.
Yeah.
Great. That's good. So all right, let's do Newaza live. And they're like, oh, this is my domain. I'm like, okay, you go with Joe. And Joe's wearing a judo gi with a judo green belt.
Nice.
You know, and I don't know what belt they are in BJJ.
Right.
They may be sandbagging it. Sometimes I ask. Right?
Yeah.
But then Joe too is like, oh, hey, nice to meet you, and so it's like he's got a sandbag in it too, because he's like, oh, I'm just like a judo green belt in here, and then he pulls out this and that, and then he has his little game, and it's amazing.
That's funny,
right?
Yeah.
And even if you get a top level judoka, they're gonna struggle on the ground with these top level BJJ guys.
Of course,
not top level, but like good BJJ guys. So it's like, we have you want a Newaza enforcer and a Tachiwaza enforcer, and that's why Gerlitz was so great, because
he was good at both.
He was he wrestled or something. He did took 7th at nationals in judo, or 5th. He took 5th, right? Or
when we went together, I think he was either 5th or 7th. Yeah,
I think he took 5th at nationals, so he's very good. Judo did his whole life. He's a BJJ brown belt. Like, he's just amazing at standing and ground. So like, that was kind of a
and you're getting better at on the ground too, you said. With
I'm
Brian.
Yeah. So you were the enforcer, you were gone. Now it's like, all right, who's realistically the enforcer now? And it's George. George is a young Shodan black belt.
Nice.
But I'll tell you, the thing about George is that he's so big and strong.
Yeah.
That he's just so intimidating. Right? Most people look at him, they're like, I got to work out with that guy.
The Hercules. Right
and
there.
He's very smooth and he's slick on his feet.
Yeah.
So like, give him like 2 years, and I think people are gonna he's not gonna be he's gonna be very, very good. Give him 2 years and he's gonna be unbelievably good, given that he stays healthy.
Right.
And you guys know George. He's in so many of my YouTube videos. You guys seen him online.
Yeah.
He's a monster. He's a great guy too. Oh man, he's a great guy.
Everyone loves him on YouTube too.
Everyone loves him.
Yeah.
I've never heard one bad thing about George, seriously, in my entire life.
Yeah.
And he's been around for a while. So he's sort of a enforcer right now. Clapper kind of tweaked his knee.
Oh no.
Yeah. I know this is like very uninteresting to a lot of people, I feel like.
I know, we're just like catching up.
Yeah, it's like catching up about stuff very like personal to us. But I think people can relate too, because there's always an enforcer at the dojo.
Right. Yeah.
And there's always the guy that's been around for 15 years who's very good.
Yeah.
But never competed, so no one outside of the dojo knows. No. Right? I'm talking about Clapper.
Yeah. Clapper is good. Yeah. Clapper's
and he's great, man. He drills everything right. And if he gets out gripped, he'll just switch to left, which is like a huge no-no, right? You're not supposed to do that, but he does. Yeah. And
he has some stuff on the left.
Now he's pretty good on the left.
Yeah. I remember he's always
comes out there.
To the left. Yeah.
He may go right, he may go left. So like, it confuses a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
So like, a good competitive judoka will come in, and they know the rule of like, okay, you want to turn to one side most of the time because you want to develop your. And Clapper doesn't follow those rules, and the guy's like, is this guy right or left, or is he like getting out gripped and switching to left? Like, what the hell's going on here?
Yeah,
it's like, good for me. Like, I'm gonna bomb him now, but his weak side is not that weak. Like, they're almost equally good. His right side and his left side, and he's sticky with his feet.
Mm-hmm.
You need guys like that in the room.
Yeah,
a black belt that could work out with anybody.
Right.
That's huge.
Like Eugene, Clapper. Yeah.
Eugene's great.
Yeah. He's been back, right?
He's great. Yeah. You need like a slew, you need a variety, right? Through all the different weight. Like, I could go with any heavyweight that walks into the room. We had an Olympian from Morocco. He was like 300 pounds, 6'7". I could work out with him, even though I'm, very short and stocky and with hobbit legs, but I can still work out with him, give him a run for his money. George is a big guy. Luca's a big guy. Right, the mid-weights are kind of covered. Clapper's a middleweight. Eugene's sort of on the lighter side.
Right.
Drew, Heian, middleweight. Now we have Oshima, who's slightly on the lighter.
Right.
So we need, all the different black belts through the weight class. So if anybody comes, they have somebody to work out.
Right.
And you need a nice, healthy balance between right-sided athletes and left-sided athletes.
Right.
What we're lacking kind of is the drop Seanagi person. We don't really have that many droppers.
Maybe my brother, or he doesn't drop actually that much.
No, and I think he's still figuring out his system style, too. Because some people takes him a little while to figure out their system and style, and then it's very exciting to be back in the room and to see everybody do judo. That's one of the biggest takeaways for me is like seeing people work hard, train, and do something completely innovative. In a sport that I've been in my entire life. Right. Like Greg is doing this weird thing. He's like, he goes Ippon Seinagi instead of going Kochi to the right leg. He like spins Ippon Seinagi over all the way and then gets Kochi to the backside leg.
Oh, to the backside leg.
Yeah, man. So you got like two Kochis. He goes Kochi to the right, Kochi to the left. Ippon Seinagi to the right, and he goes Kochi both feet, Ippon Senagi to the left, and he goes Kochi both feet. It's like really weird and sticky, and it's kind of like
I've never
I feel
seen
a little bit
that.
uncomfortable.
I've
Never seen it before in my life.
Yeah.
Usually
They just go Ippon Senagi and then go through the same leg, but you're saying he goes to the other leg.
He like almost over rotates with no intention of throwing Ippon Senagi, and then goes Kochi to the backside foot.
I mean,
and he does that both sides kind of now. And I was like working out with him, and I was like really uncomfortable. Like what? It was almost like, what is this guy doing? But it's like I might get caught with this,
right? Because it's if you have never seen it before,
so it's like
yeah.
So it's like no matter how I try to defend the Ippon Senagi, like he might catch me with one of these eventually. It's like very unsettling, and then that makes his Ippon Senagi better.
Yeah, because
I'm less likely to step around it because I'm kind of like, I don't know which Kochi's coming. Right, so like
that's cool.
And I was like, he made me feel like that, in like the first 45 seconds. So I was like, you know what? Let me just, good position, post on the lapel, and over the back and the lapel, and then kind of like posting him out, moving out here, doing my, pulling his head down, and then going for big horizon stuff. That's what I just decided to do that.
Nice.
I should have engaged with it a little bit and then kind of let him try to catch me. And, not catch me, but like so I could feel it out.
Yeah, to how to actually
live in that. Yeah. And then maybe it's something I could copy.
Yeah, maybe make a video and maybe have Greg teach it. Yeah.
Yeah. He said something so interesting the other day. He was like, not as many lefties in this world. And when you fight a lefty, I know you're supposed to fight as a righty, but if you fight a lefty as a lefty, lefties hate lefties too. It's going to probably confuse them. And then he was going out there fighting as a lefty against a lefty. And he was confusing everybody. Like, what are you doing?
I thought Eugene told me that's why he became a lefty player. Because he's not left-handed.
Yeah.
Usually.
Yeah.
He just picked the left side. So that's a strategy.
I love how innovative he is. One day he's going to settle onto something that integrates really well, and it's going to be like 2 or 3 things that not a lot of people do that work super well together that he's going to throw everybody with. And he's going to start teaching it, and it's going to catch on.
Nice. The correct system.
And then it's going to be, it's going to be a DVD.
Yeah, that would be cool.
So very exciting, man, being back in the room and having a lot of familiar faces, people coming back, and I had some people say to me like, hey man, I'm so sorry. Like I didn't come during this time, or like I didn't reach out during this time. It's okay. It really is okay, man. Like we all dealt with it in our own way. We all took a step back, and some of us lost our jobs. Some of us, was worried about the business, and I'm sure people think that too. It's like Shintaro didn't reach out to me during this time. Screw him, right? But like during this time, like I was worried about losing both my dojos. I was worried about a lot of things, and I was like, you know what? I'm just not even gonna think about it and just hang out with my kid. And that's how I spent my time. So it's like, I'm not apologizing for that,
That's
same way, man. Like whatever you went through, our doors are open. Come back, come see me,
right?
And don't take it personally if I didn't reach out during that time. I won't take it personally either. It's
a reset button.
Reset button. Yeah, come back in, do some judo. It's all good.
Right.
That's kind of my mentality, kind of going forward.
How are things
vaccinations? Go ahead.
How are things in Kano? You mentioned the other dojo. You've gone there recently too now, right?
Yeah, I went recently. I can't go and teach the evening classes now because it's like I can't teach 6 days a week.
Right.
And, now that I've spent time with my daughter for a full year, essentially every single day, it's like I kind of don't want to teach 6 days a week. And that's the problem with the dojo business. You give up your evening time.
Yeah.
Because that's the time for dinner, right? And it's nice if you're going twice a week, 3 times a week. It's like, honey, I'm just going to go to judo today and, blow off some steam. It's Wednesday. I had a hard week at work or whatever. I want to start off the week right. I want to end the week right, whatever, right? But for the working side person who's consistently out of their house during those times, it kind of wears on you. Because like,
the
when
opposite.
Your kid starts, it's the opposite. You live in the opposite life. You're living in like the upside down. You guys watch Stranger Things. But you're living in the upside down. It's like when your kid gets old enough to go to school. Yeah, you were.
I've dressed as 11 for Halloween.
That was a very special costume.
I wasn't the only one. A lot of men did that. I remember. I met
you keep telling yourself that. Oh my god. Yeah, no, it's like when your kid's old enough to go to school and it's like 9 to 3 or 4 p.m. They have after school, they come home at 5. And that's when your time
you have to go and work.
begins. That's when your work clock starts. You start clocking in. So then, you work out and you're there till 10 p.m. You miss out on a big chunk of, time with your kid. You do that Monday through Friday. You barely see your kids because they go to bed and go to school. Yeah. What do you have? Saturday and Sundays? Now all of a sudden you're forced to go to these judo tournaments and you're away. Half the time at these weekends. Like, that's not no way to live unless your kid does judo.
Right.
So what are you going to do? Force your kid to do judo?
That ain't good.
And they hate you and they resent you and they hate judo and they, like do everything opposite of what they teach in the club. Like, that's horrible.
Yeah.
So, it's a balancing act, and it's like I told those guys too. It's like, I can't be here. I will support you guys in every way. I'll be here as much as I can.
Right.
Especially when things start to settle down. When KBI is staffed to where I can leave on a Wednesday and then dip down there.
Yeah.
Right? I would love to do that. I want to be involved down there too. But that day's coming. It's just not right now.
Right. It'll get there. I mean, you just opened back up a week and a half ago.
Yeah. And it's going well down there, man. And it's like I'm rooting for them, and I see the Instagram video, and I know
me
and
too.
trust Gary St. Ledger, man. I know and trust him. I've known him since I was 8 years old.
Right.
And 7 years old. And we competed together, and we've been through some stuff together.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of life milestones. We were on teams. So it's like, I have faith in that he's going to run the place properly.
Yeah. He's a great teacher.
And we spent the whole first year of the business together. So, like, he learned a lot from me. And, he's good. He's ready to go. So it's like, I don't need to be there because it's his show. And I told him from the beginning, it's like, hey, man, this is your show. This is your dojo. You're the owner-operator.
Right,
I'm an owner too, but you're the owner-operator.
Right.
I'm here to support. I'm here to show my face. I'll teach classes every now and then, and they're his students. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's going well. It's going well. Rent's a little bit higher down there.
Midtown.
Midtown, 1 block away from train station on 28th Street. Yeah.
Prime real estate right
across the street from FIT. I mean, right?
Yeah.
I can't even beat it, in terms of location.
Right.
Yeah,
that's
I've
open,
had people call me up and say, like, hey, Sensei, I really want to learn under you, but,
it's too far.
Kano's closer. Kano's the most convenient train stop ever.
Yeah.
I might go to Kano then.
Yeah.
That's fine. I'm involved there too. I'll see you down there every now and then.
Right.
And I've done that a bunch of times and, so it's going well.
Good. Yeah, because Gary also has, his group of students and he'll soon, they'll become black belts and he'll have his own enforcers, homegrown enforcers.
Yep. That's right. And we want to do a little bit more integrated. We used to do open mats down there.
Right.
Like we used to do these cross open mats, which were amazing.
At the
40 people in the room and
Henzo Gracie guys will come too. Like BJJ guys will show up.
A lot of BJJ guys down there. A lot of Marcelo guys right now, actually.
Oh, really? Oh, nice.
Marcelo black belt in the room there.
Oh, nice.
And Gary's a little bit more connected in the BJJ community than I am because he's a BJJ black belt himself. And so, he has networks of people. So they all come see him. They all come train with him.
Right.
People who want to learn judo. So it's a different crowd down there too. But it's a really nice mix, man. We really want to try to integrate those two communities soon.
Yeah.
But I can't do that yet. I don't know how yet.
Yeah.
I mean, we're only a train station away. Yeah. So we're going to eventually be able to connect.
Yeah.
And that's the goal. That's the dream. Maybe do an interclub tournament.
Oh, that would be fun. That would be fun. Yeah. I'll fly down to watch that.
That'll be amazing, right? Can you imagine we live stream it?
Yeah. Oh man, there'll be some really content. Good. Well, seems like things are opening up and it's coming back to life. The new normal, whatever.
Yep.
But hopefully this trend will continue. Hopefully more people get vaccinated so we can get back to what we love to do, judo.
Judo, we love doing judo.
Yeah. So
whatever our political beliefs may be, we're not trying to push that on anybody, right, Peter?
What did I say? Yeah.
Peter likes to preach from the beach.
Oh, I don't got no beach. I don't have any beach. Yeah. Anyway, any closing remarks?
Nope.
Well, good.
That's it. Thank you guys for watching my video. If you're watching it on YouTube, thank you guys for listening to this podcast. Thank you, everybody, for being part of the judo community and caring about what we do.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Yep. So thanks for listening and stay tuned for the next episode.